Let's talk about advocating for yourself. I'm going to tell you a career story, and this was a moment in my career that was a pinnacle moment. This moment started to build my confidence that I was going to be a force to be reckoned with in the corporate world, which also parlayed into my personal life. So I was working at a CPA firm. It was early in my career, so I only had a couple of years of experience, and I had been working with the senior partner. But there was this other partner, we'll call him Ed, really mistreated people, called people names, was really awful with people, and he was burning through a lot of the junior associates. So basically, people would work with him, and then they would say, I can't work with him anymore, or they would quit. So it was really kind of a volatile environment anytime anybody was working with Ed. Now, the senior partner was tough to work with too, but he didn't mistreat people. So you just kind of had an agreement. You do a good job and, nothing really bad happens. By the way, I'm going to try these new NARS products. They're so beautiful. This one is American Woman. This is a gorgeous color. So I get called into Ed's office and I'm about to work on an assignment with him. And we just basically are starting our relationship of working together. I was so nervous. I think I was like 21 or 22 years old, just getting into my career. So he sits me down and he basically says, Christina, this is the first time we're working together. I don't know if you've heard anything about working with me, but I have really high expectations. My knees were knocking because I was like, oh my God, all I've ever heard about this guy is that he is awful. And I've heard him actually mistreat people. To this day, I don't know where I got the guts to say what I said, but I basically hit it straight on and I said, Ed, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I have heard how you treat people in the office, and there are stories that confirm that you can be really, really difficult to work with, unreasonably difficult. I am an incredibly hard worker. I will give you everything I have, but I will not stand for that kind of treatment, and you and I will not work well together. Literally, I was like, who was that? By the way, this is orgasm, and this is climax. So I guess this goes last. So he sits back, and he basically has this like stern look on his face, and he's like, is that right? So I was like shaking in my boots, but I was like, that's right. So he thanked me for bringing that to his attention. And he basically said that we would make sure that our working relationship was honest and transparent and that we would fully communicate. And if he did get to the point that he made me feel like I was being mistreated in that way, that he would correct, and he respected me for bringing that to his attention. That was such a valuable lesson to me. It really basically said, don't put yourself aside for somebody else's agenda. Like if there's something that you really need to stand up for, you stand up for it. And you don't make anybody's status or title or gender or anything like that really get in the way of you advocating for yourself. That goes for your career. That goes for your personal life. That goes for your friendship circles. Like set your parameters. There are yellow lines on your road and people should know when they can't get over those yellow lines. And you need to let them know that. So set your boundaries, have the open conversation about your boundaries, and then make sure that you keep people in check when they're outside of those boundaries. It's going to be really important to really foster really good communication, really good relationships, and just make sure that like you always know the value of yourself and nobody's taking it from you. Have a great day, everyone.